My name is Eric Ferrangi, and I run Hague Quality Water in San Luis Obispo County as well as Santa Barbara County. My dad started this company about 13 years ago, and I've been doing this with him for 11 years. I got into the water business because my family was in it, but more importantly, I have a passion for clean water, and I've seen the differences it's made for my family and our health with clean water. I live about working with my customers. The fact that everybody has a different reaction to the same water. So some people hate their water before they start. Some people are, they don't really mind it too much. But after we've installed our systems and shown them what good water is supposed to be like, then they don't ever want to go back to what they were using in the first place. Business before Entreport software for us was lots of little pieces of paper, little notes everywhere, and lots of phone calls that seemed to be coming from the same person or different people to the same people multiple times, and it was just inefficient. It was an inefficient way of doing business, and after 10 years of basically hearing the same thing from 3 different people, it was like the TPS reports. Everybody got tired of it, and then came Entreport, and we said there's got to be a better and more efficient way to do all of our inter-office communications. And so now we just communicate through reporting results onto the software, and it tells everybody that appropriately needs to know what they're needing to know to do their job properly. So an example where automation's really helped our business is in sales follow-up, specifically sales that didn't convert to purchases the first time around. Our systems are not cheap, and they're kind of a long-term investment, and people take some time when making long-term choices at times. And we have an ability now to follow up with our customers and present them information in a timely manner that doesn't require tons of extra salesperson time and resources. We simply have the ability now to feed people the information that they need to hear in order to feel comfortable enough to move forward with a investment in a water system. Entreport software has been amazing in helping us reach our goals because we spend less time constantly trying to communicate things that need to be done on a regular basis. By the end of this year, I would like to have 50% more of our business come from referrals. And the hardest thing that I found in this business is to have the face-to-face time with enough customers to get as many referrals as that we should get. And that's really where I'm using Entreport to leverage my time, is being able to keep in constant contact with my customers and allow them to submit questions as well as get more information about how to help their friends and family get better water as well. The biggest difference that Entreport's made for us is being able to actually work more on our business than in our business. We get so tied up with processes and following up with employees and customers that we don't have enough time to strategize at the end of the week. And now this is giving us an excellent source of leverage so we actually can spend more time strategizing and working on building the business rather than just working in the business all the time.
So we have order forms on the table for each of you guys. If you want to sign up for our software or get more information about the software. And what Julie has...
Let me tell them 1 second. Hold on 1 second. So I'm going to give you like the 3-minute version of what the heck this thing is. So what Entreport is a CRM system that's specifically designed for small business users. And it came from our own experience using Salesforce.com. In 2004, I used Salesforce.com in another business I started, and I wanted to gouge my eyes out trying to use that thing. And it just wasn't appropriate for what we were trying to do, and it was missing a ton of the features that we needed. So we started building it ourselves and ended up developing a whole business around this platform that we built. So at the core of it, it's contact management. It's where you keep all of your leads and potentially all of your customers' account records, right? So it's you organize the fields, and and put all your information in there. And the information either comes in from typing it or from forms on your website. One of the things that the system does is allow you to create real fancy forms that you can put on your website or host on a website that we create for you. And then the information goes directly into the system. What's unique about our system is that there's a bunch of other modules that are built into an all-in-one kind of platform. And those modules are things like email marketing, direct mail marketing, payment processing, referral management, tracking who's referring you business and making sure those people get paid. Task management is a big one, especially for people like Eric Ferrangi. So what happens in our system is you're able to actually create business processes, step-by-step processes. So a new lead comes in. What happens to that new lead? Well, right away, I want to send them an email that says this. It says, hey, thanks for contacting us. Somebody will be with you shortly, right? Next, I want to do something else. I want to send somebody in my business a task. So you click a button and you write out the task. And who's it going to go to? Well, I'm going to round robin route this to one of my 5 salespeople, right? And the task says, hey, so-and-so just filled out this form on the website. Give them a call. And then you want to say, 3 days later, send them a postcard. And the postcard you can design right in our system, and we mail it out for you, and the whole thing. And what's unique about our system also is that there's this rule system in there where you can actually write business rules. So you can write things like, if this happens, if somebody visits my web page, or if somebody fills out this form and says that they need to buy in the next week, or if somebody doesn't show up for their appointment, or whatever it is, then run this other process. And so you can actually string together your business processes and really automate whole systems. So for example, you guys probably have a process around bids, right? You go out and you have your technicians, go to people's houses and look around the place and figure out what the problem is or whatever and make a quote, right? Wouldn't it be amazing to sort of automate a lot of that process? There's a bunch of communication that happens in there, right? There's communication that has to happen between your company and the place you're going, right? The homeowner or the contractor if it's a subcontracting job, right? So what is that? It's like, hey, we're coming and we're going to be here at 8 and make sure the dogs are locked up. And we're going to need to have you, here's the thing, and here's maybe a video you might want to watch about how your air is polluting your children or whatever it is, right? And then there's communication that happens between you and your techs, right? Hey, here's your list of people you need to go see today. Here's all their addresses. Here's stuff like that. And then there's the follow-up. Hey, after your technician shows up, maybe the technician goes and there's nobody home. Or, what is the process that you guys run after that? Well, probably not much. Or maybe there's somebody who's supposed to remember to make a phone call. Once you have these systems built into our software, what happens is the task goes out to your technician and says, and he gets it on his cell phone and his email or whatever, and it says, hey, you were supposed to go to Joe Schmo's house. What happened on that call? Well, he didn't show up. He clicks a button. Didn't show up. And that right there is all your guy has to do to launch the whole next process. Email goes out to the homeowner. Hey, I'm sorry we missed you today. We must have had a miscommunication about the thing. We're going to have somebody give you a call to reschedule. And then that task goes to your person at the phones, and they're send a notification they need to call and reschedule. Right? Does that make sense? That's just one process. We literally have hundreds of processes in our own business built. Everything from recruiting to lead management to sales to product fulfillment to what happens if somebody doesn't log into the software for 12 days. We need to know that they're not paying attention anymore. Let's make sure that they're happy and are using their product. So what Ontraport is the place where you go to build and automate the systems in your business. Everything from, like I said, marketing and sales to recruiting and everything else. So that's about all we're going to have time to talk about today. But I will say, let's see. Oh, you wanted to say something about it?
Yeah. By the way, thanks so much for. It's like drinking from a fire hose. I got to tell you that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry we had so much. Sorry we had so little time. And I will say this. When we first learned about this is different. I want everybody to know that you might be thinking, well, it's just an email program like Aweber or something like that, where it contacts or constant contact. You might have something like that in mind. Like, isn't it just something like that? And no, it's not. That's like about 1% of what this program can do. It's like probably 0.5% of what the program can do. Literally every process in the business, and what we've done here is Julie and Lena have agreed to give 3 processes. So if you do wind up with this program, 3 processes which will be preloaded, ready to use. Customer concerns follow-up, so somebody calls to complain about a service call you got, there will be a process of emails and different, if this happens, then this will happen. So if somebody is satisfied with the response, we'll then send an email or even a postcard, because this is not just an email program. We'll send out postcards and notes and letters and things to people, right? If you
it'll create a fulfillment letter.
The fulfillment situation where you'll be able to trigger automated situations that happen as your company grows. We looked at our company and we said, well, if our goal is to have 5,000 people, we look at our company in the next 5 years. Our goal is to have 5,000 members of our website and 5,000 people. At this meeting, hopefully we'll have a meeting, and it'll be the Long Beach Convention Center, not at the Maya Hotel someday, right? So for us to accomplish that goal, we were not going to have human beings being able to make all those responses that we need to make to keep everybody feeling that they're in the loop, right? Same with your company. If you're a growing company, you have to consider, if I'm going to get to a $100 million company, or if I'm going to grow my company to even $3 million, is John Stuck going to be able to do all that contact, you know? So it's beyond just email, and there's 3 processes. One is the customer concerns follow-up process, which would be predefined if, then, when. Thank you for your business. So when somebody purchases, there'll be a series of emails about what happens when you purchase and other complimentary. If they purchase a water heater, there'll be a complimentary letter going out about what would go with a water heater, maybe a water treatment system or things like that we have available as well. Different processes like that. So thank you for your purchase. And the job application process. So when somebody applies for a job, there is a series of contacts or letters or things that go out to them. If they get the job, there's a series of things that happen there. If they don't get the job, there's also a series of communications that happen there as well too.
All written, right?
We're going to write those emails and get those processes. And so we've agreed to give those 3 processes to work with Lena and Julie together on this thing, so we can write these for your companies, so you'd have those 3 things in the tank ready to go. Because one of the biggest things is like, yeah, that sounds like a great thing. Who's going to write all the processes, right? And so we'll get you started and show you how to do that. That's what we're trying to do. Because we really feel strongly that's a great it's a great business and a great opportunity to automate a lot of these menial tasks, but are menial but important tasks. Let's put it that way, right? And so I was going to say, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, one last thing I just realized. We have made, we were at another conference a few weeks ago, and we actually put together something that we've never done before, and I just realized we should make the same offer to you guys. We're actually doing a driver's ed course for the public. We've never done it outside of our organization before, and we've never done it virtually before, but we're actually going to do driver's ed for you, and we're going to do it for free if you want to. We've got about 200 organizations signed up for it. It starts on April 2nd. And it's going to be just the way we do it in our organization. It's an hour per week on Tuesdays. It's 4 weeks in a row, and then a week off, then one more week, then a week off, then one more week. So it takes 8 weeks, but it's 6 one-hour sessions with homework in between. And it's actually designed for you to go through it with your employees. And we're actually going to basically do driver's ed for free. And at the end of it, if you want to install this in your business, you can. We're going to give away the training manual for Driver's Ed 101. So if you want to sign up for that, it's a totally free offer. We're really actually not selling anything. It's just for fun. And you can do that at entreport.com/driver's ed. No apostrophe there, just /driver's ed.
Entreport.com/driver's ed.
Driver's ed, yeah.
And driver's ed, I guess, means orientation to the program. Right? Is that kind of getting people started and show them how it works?
Well, so there's a little story behind that. We'll talk about it in the class.
It's more about kind of the practices we were talking about, reducing waste in your business. That's the whole purpose of the class. So at the end of the class, your staff will be as efficient as they possibly can, and you'll have a training you'll have a manual on how your business actually works, because your staff will create the manual for you. So that's it's basically what we've done in our business. Every single employee goes through it, and we're just opening up to the public for free because we think it's really valuable, and every organization could use some tips about eliminating waste.
Will you two be joining us for lunch today?
No, we have to hit the road.
You got to hit the road.
Yeah, so we'll be in the back of the room for just a few minutes if you guys have questions, and if you want to turn in your order forms.
I will be joining you for lunch right now. So
Sorry for going over. Thanks very
let's
much,
give him a big
guys.
round of applause here. Yes.